Hey everybody, good evening there. It's Sunday evening, December 30th, 2018. I am East Coast Weather Authority's meteorologist, Mike Griffith. It's about coming up on 8 p.m. in the evening here, and I just wanted to go through some clarifications on the pattern over the next week or so, and if this storm that we were talking about on the 3rd is going to actually be snow or rain for most of us, especially east of the mountains. Anyway, here we go for your Monday. Here comes the rain working its way up the coast, or working its way from the south, I should say, into the interior northeast throughout the day on the 31st. It's going to be quite warm, especially down here in the Carolinas and down in the southeast and parts of like southern and southeast Virginia. It's going to be warm in here, but here's through New York City and Philadelphia. We're going to have to watch for a lot of rain and miserable stuff going on, especially towards the late evening, early nighttime, maybe even a ball drop. We're going to look at some heavier rain up around New York City and Times Square. So the ball's going to drop, and it's going to be rather wet for that. And it's also going to be probably turning wet, too, across much of the southeast overnight, New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. And looking into New Year's Day, it looks like we're going to have some low clouds and maybe some showers to begin New Year's Day here in the southeast, as that whole system makes an exit and leaves behind the cold front that's going to kind of dangle across the southeast there, bringing more instability with in the way of some clouds and maybe some drizzle, especially as we go into New Year's night and all that. And then start Wednesday, it looks like yet another system is going to start to get going here. This is the one that we wanted to keep an eye on. We posted a couple of links saying that there's a storm signal in the upper levels of the atmosphere for around the 3rd. Well, here we go. This is 8 o'clock p.m. on the 2nd. And now we're moving into the 3rd, and here comes our storm. And as of right now, it looks like it's going to be mainly all rain across this area here, which is our immediate area of interest. And then throughout the day, it looks like this system is just going to mainly be rain. Now, we did say that the storm has the potential of, either being snow or rain. So we weren't saying, hey, it's going to snow. It might change over in the mountains here towards the end of the storm, towards the end of the time period here. And we're looking at late Thursday into the early morning hours on Friday for the mountains only. And that's pretty much it. And then that storm is history. It's gone, and that's really all she wrote. Now, it stays cold up here in the northeast, but the cold air doesn't really make its way down into the southeast. So it's not looking quite as cold as we first thought. At least we dry out on this coming weekend, Saturday, Friday into Saturday. It's looking like we're going to really dry out. It could be sunny. I'll tell you what, it could be a little chilly, or it could be above average and warm. And we're really thinking that it's probably going to be probably just slightly, okay, seasonable here, but transition between cold and warm. And then the warm looks like it moves in again once as we go into around the 6th of January or so. But looking at the ensemble, just gives us a better picture here. It's going to remain above average, but then something swings through the northeast around the 8th. Dropping temperatures to below normal. Again, this is into January 8th or so. It's Tuesday of next week. Looks like we could drop to below average all the way down to the southeast here, along the coast, especially as we go into the 8th of January, which is Tuesday of next week. Even into Wednesday, it looks like the ensembles want to maintain a cold anomaly here just around the really the extreme eastern half of the United States, especially along the coast. And what happens after that, we really don't know. We really don't have any idea. We know that there's some major big-time cold coming up here in Canada. This could affect this. This might not. It all depends on the stratospheric warming and if the warming can actually make it down to the surface after the 15th or not. That we don't know about, and really nobody does right now. So let's take a look at how cold that air is up there. Well, there it is. That's probably going to be part of the polar low that makes its way over the Hudson Bay. But the details are yet to be figured out, which is a big question mark for here. What happens up until the 15th or even later as we go after that. But it looks like the pattern could flip once we get after the first week of January or so. I want to say after the first 7 or 8 days, then things turn extremely, well, I wouldn't say extremely, but just wintertime cold here in the eastern United States, especially east of the Mississippi River and east of the mountains, especially as we go into the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th or so. So the pattern will flip. It will get cold. Until then, just be patient because it is coming, but just not right away. So a lot of people have been saying, hey, where's the snow? Or, hey, where's all this cold you're talking about? Well, these forecasts are made like about 2 or 3 weeks out. So we haven't covered that time period yet before it actually happens. So remain calm and just trust us that it hasn't gotten started yet, but it will. The pattern will flip. Okay, it might be delayed a week or so, but it will start to get cold. There will start to be snow. Lots of pages out there are saying that this is going to be similar between 2014 and 2015. And there was a pre-Thanksgiving snow in the Northeast in 2014. But then after that, it was relatively a warm December. Nothing really happened. And then in December that year, the bottom dropped out. All of a sudden, it just got really, really, really cold. And it stayed that way and locked in the pattern until the end of February. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking that winter is over or you cancel winter or you're losing money because you don't have anything to plow. Well, winter just got started. It's only 9 days old. We have at least 2.5 more solid months of winter. So we're not saying that it's going to be warm and winter canceled. So bear with us there before you comment and troll the page and say, hey, well, everybody else is saying it's going to, be cold, it's going to snow. That's fine, but in this chaotic pattern, not all the pages are going to agree on exactly the same thing. So just bear with the warmth for now. Let's hope that the faucet shuts off and that we don't get any more rain, because down here in the Carolinas, it is just muddy. You can't walk in the grass because you might lose the sole of your shoe. It might get, ripped off and stuck in the mud. So we just want it to stop raining. It would be nice if it got cold and just froze everything over, but there's people out there that are sensitive to cold too, so they don't want that. Thanks everybody for watching. This is what I have you for now. I'll try to update this during the week as best as I can. Meteorologist, East Coast Weather Authority, Mike Griffith, signing off. Have a good week, everybody.